Nominated by Malice in Wonderland, two countries are at war, Levame Empire and the Amatsukami Imperium. The prince of the Levame Empire, Carlo Levame, declares his love to Juana del Moral. But when the princess is attacked and her father killed during the attack, the prince wants Juana to be transported to him to remain by his side for the remainder of the war. To do so, they hire the best pilot available, a mercenary named Charles Carino, who also happens to be a half-blood known as a bastardo. They are to covertly fly using state-of-the-art technology, a prototype aircraft, across the ocean. But it won't be so easy as the enemy are out for the princess's head. This is Princess and the Pilot. Madhouse is the studio behind this film, and they are known for Hunter x Hunter, One Punch Man, and Monster, among other anime. It is directed by Jun Shishido, who you may know as the director for Sankoku, Monogatari, and Hajime no Ippo. The anime is streamed subtitled on Crunchyroll and Verb at 99 minutes in length, and features an anime set in the same universe by the name of The Pilot's Love Song. Princess and the Pilot is one of those anime where you pick it up and you put it down after watching. It's simple and easy to understand. This is because it's a simple story, much like how The Last of Us is a simple story, to use an example from a game. The goal of this story is to deliver one person from point A to point B. That's it, and I really think that because this show gives you an experience that has a beginning and an end with no chances of a sequel, you get to appreciate it way more than you would if it had 5 movies, a shitty gacha game, 3 anime series, and a goddamn mug with an airplane on it. Everything in this movie counts because you only have one chance to tell this story. That's one of the reasons why the romance in this anime works so well too. It doesn't end like all the other romances end. It's a rare ending that I think a lot of people would greatly appreciate. Juana and Charles's relationship is just so fascinating, so heart-pulling, that it adds meaning to the film as a whole. Those moments in between a tense air battle or those very tender scenes are so memorable and enjoyable. I like this kind of romance because of the way the relationship ends up. It's different because it doesn't cater to these people that need to see every single beat of their relationship play out. When it comes to this film, I am somewhat mixed, but overall think this show has very favorable writing and character development for its characters. On one hand, I do think we should have gotten some more character development from just about everyone of importance in this movie, but on the other hand, I feel this film is as perfect as it could have gotten with the amount of time it was given. The real question is, would you have wanted a 2-hour film? And for me, I think the 99 minutes it got was more than enough to get me attached to the characters. So let's just get into this. I think the dynamic between Juana and Charles is really fun and fascinating. It's a story where the half-blooded man who is a lowly mercenary transports the beautiful princess to a destination so that they can do their part to end this awful war. And what happens in between that is a lot of fighting and a lot of character development. Through these two characters' interactions, we learn so much about them. Just as an example, Charles, we learn, had to fight for his keep, and that after this final job, he plans to retire young, move to an island, and never come back. On the other hand, we learn that Princess Juana is basically this girl who had been trapped in her room for most of her life and doesn't really get to do what she wants. So when they meet, it's like meeting two completely opposite people, but they thrive off of each other. And it makes complete sense as to why these characters would fall in love in such a short period of time. Opposites attract, and in this case, it's an attraction that not only makes sense in the story, but to the viewers as well. It doesn't feel arbitrary, but instead is natural, and because of that, memorable, just like these characters. Madhouse is behind the helm on this film, and it is yet another example of why they're so good at what they do. The main stars of this show in terms of its art isn't really the characters, it's more of the aircraft on display. Now, I'm not sure if this aircraft is based on anything real, but damn, do they look really good. Especially when it comes to the CGI models that are used in this film. They both are detailed and look really good. Another great thing to look at is the backgrounds. What did you think I was going to say there? Of course, we got to talk about the beautiful landscapes in this anime, and it is really incredible what they were able to pull off. Some of the most memorable moments is seeing the Great Waterfall for the first time, the island that Charles and Juana use and its meadow, and even the homeland of Juana. Especially Juana's homeland, because it looks like it's a place that has a lot of vibrant history to it. Like in the beginning, seeing Charles as a child. The alley is dirty and worn down. You can tell people have lived there for a very long time. time. And as for the islands that dot their journey, it seems untouched by humanity and war, and because of that, those places seem more peaceful. As for character designs, everyone in this anime has a pretty solid design. Wana's is so-so, but there is nothing wrong with how she looks necessarily, and Charles has easily the best design out of these two. He has this stoic kind of look to him, but very focused as well, and this really fits his character since this job will be his most important one, and his last one. As for Wana, I don't like her initial look. She looks a little generic to me, and it's not until she actually cuts her hair and gets out of her dress do I think she becomes a little bit more memorable, and that's just not because she's wearing less. Get your mind out of the gutter. Though I must say it is hilarious when she is wearing this protective suit over her dress. As for the animation, I want to touch on the CGI because this is a film which nails what I think CGI should be when put into an anime that is based around traditional animation. It isn't there because they ran out of budget or because they wanted to save on the budget. Rather, they use CGI as a way to deliver more unique and more nuanced scenes with the aircraft they primarily use in this film. This is why I think CGI has a lot of potential, because anime like Land of the Lustrous, which completely shattered expectations for what CGI should do, and Ufotable's continued use of visual effects and CGI prove to me that it's only a matter of time until CGI hits that sweet spot and the stigma of the style is completely gone. As for the rest of the film, the animation is damn good. It really shows why Madhouse is so damn good at what they do. The air battle between Charles and the enemy pilot is easily the best action scene in this film. Seeing a dogfight in an anime that looks the way it does and is animated by a legendary studio like this just looks awesome. There is so much little details too, like the flaps on the wings used to control pitch and yaw. If you look, you can see them move in some scenes, and this anime in general is really detailed throughout, especially later on where they deal with using a mounted machine gun on the plane and the mechanics of working that in a fast-moving aircraft. It doesn't have much to do with the animation, but take it from me, the animation is just really good. I'm not sure who does the score for this anime, as I couldn't find the info for it online, at least where I looked, but the score is pretty solid. I think some of the best moments in the score is, well, the end of the film, and to those who've seen will immediately know what I'm talking about. And while I wouldn't say this score is highly memorable or doing something that makes it really stand out, it adds to each scene with memorable stakes. The fight between Charles and an enemy pilot, Wana and Charles' first night together, the first glimpse of the Great Waterfall, these scenes and much more are helped by the scoring. This is a film score through and through, and if you like that cinematic, whimsy, and inspirational score with much more genres touched upon within those subsets, this is going to be a film you really enjoy. Princess and the Pilot isn't a film I'd suggest you go out to see right now, but it is a film that I think you should eventually watch, and of course add to your plan to watch. It's pretty damn good. Maybe as well with a loved one, as you know, there's some romance in this, so maybe you can, kind of bang out to that anime. Yeah, I don't know how this stuff works. This is the perfect film to watch on a movie night when you need something new and interesting that isn't yet another blockbuster film or a Miyazaki classic that you've seen a million goddamn times. Would I recommend this? Hell yeah, I'd recommend this film. This film reminds me of why I love movies like these. It reminds me there is more than just superheroes and Transformers, that there is a whole world out there with interesting and fun stories just like this one. For sure, give this a watch. It's on Crunchyroll and Verve after all. Another nomination down. Thank you for the nominations in the Discord server. Join if you haven't already so you can nominate me more anime. Throw me $1 on Patreon if you haven't already. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already. And thank you. Bye-bye if you haven't already.